She told the cops what she knew. Days later, she was dead. Her body dumped in a swamp. And she wasn't the only one. Between 2005 and 2009, in the small town of Jennings, Louisiana, 8 women vanished. Days or weeks later, their bodies would be found in nearby canals, swamps, or ditches. Most were too decomposed to tell how they died, but the pattern was undeniable. And yet, no one has ever been convicted. This is the story of the Jeff Davis 8. It started with Loretta Lewis, a 28-year-old mother. On May 17, 2005, Loretta disappeared. 3 days later, fishermen found her floating in a canal just outside Jennings. Authorities said she overdosed, but her family noticed bruises, signs of a struggle. No autopsy photos were ever shown to them. Just a month later, Ernestine Patterson went missing. She was 30. Her body was found in another canal. Her throat had been slashed. 2 men were arrested for her murder, but the charges dropped. Lack of evidence. It was clear this wasn't random. The victims weren't strangers. They knew each other. They shared the same struggles: poverty, drug addiction, sex work. But here's what's chilling. They also shared something else. They had worked as police informants. Some of them had been giving information about drug trafficking involving Jennings law enforcement, and they were scared. Kristen Lopez, the 3rd victim, was last seen getting into a police truck. Whitney Dubois, Laconia Muggy Brown, same pattern. All found in remote, watery places. All their deaths ruled suspicious, but inconclusive. Then came Crystal, Shay, Benoit, Zeno. March 2008. Crystal's body was found face down in a canal. Her boyfriend told reporters that Jennings police had threatened Crystal because she knew too much. But those claims were never investigated. Instead, Crystal's death was ruled as drowning, despite signs of blunt force trauma. As the bodies kept turning up, the town started to whisper, then shout. People noticed evidence going missing. Witness statements were lost. Files on the victims vanished from police records. One piece of forensic evidence, believed to be key, literally disappeared from the crime lab. Locals believed this wasn't the work of a serial killer. They believed it was a cover-up. Investigative journalist Ethan Brown took it a step further. In his research, he uncovered direct links between the victims, local drug dealers, and members of law enforcement who partied with them, paid them for sex, and later threatened them. This wasn't a murder mystery. This was a network of silence. Then came Brittney Gary. She was just 17 years old, the youngest victim. She was last seen on CCTV at a convenience store, nervously pacing. Her body was later found near a highway. Before her death, Brittney had been openly talking about her friend Crystal's murder. She didn't get the chance to say more. The final known victim was Necole Guillory, found in August 2009, dumped near Interstate 10. Her death marked the end of what locals feared was a targeted extermination of women who knew too much. But the investigation was a disaster. A task force was created, but it did more to protect reputations than find answers. Forensic reports were poorly handled. One coroner had family ties to the sheriff's department. Conflict of interest? Obvious. To this day, no one has been charged. The case remains unsolved, and many believe it was never meant to be solved. So the question is, was this a lone serial predator stalking vulnerable women? Or was it a coordinated cover-up to silence women who saw things they were never supposed to see? Why hasn't there been justice for the Jeff Davis 8? Who is protecting who? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. These women's stories deserve to be heard because silence is deadly.